Have I ever told you the story of the man who was wrapped in the bloody blanket? I haven't. Well, let me tell you then. There was once a man who was walking down a street, a barren street, a dark street. There was no lights on in any of the houses. The man was cold and weary, which made him terrified for his journey ahead. The man then came across a house. It was abandoned, and it was as dark and dreary as the road he was walking on. The man walked into the house, and inside he saw barren structures, a dilapidated staircase that led to nothing, a living room, a dark living room. There were bearskins on the walls. There was a TV screen that produced static. The most disturbing thing in the house that the man saw was a misshapen, bloody blanket just lying on the ground as if someone had put it there. The man was cold and weary, so he picked up the blanket and wrapped it around his cold body. He didn't care if there was blood on it. He didn't care where it came from or who shed it. He just needed to be warm. He just needed to be safe. And that's what the blanket did for him. Make him feel safe. The man felt a tightening sensation on his skin. And soon the warm, safe feeling that the blanket gave him wisped away, and it gave way to confusion and terror as the man moved around trying to get the blanket off of him, but it just wouldn't stop constricting his skin. He started to feel uneasy and terrified. Eventually, it got so bad to the point where the man was screaming. He ran out of the house full speed, wanting the blanket to unhinge from his skin. The blanket never let up. The man screamed into the night. No one heard the screams. The lights were still off in all the houses. He was moving around. He was jostling. He was trying to escape, but he knew he couldn't. He knew deep down that he would never escape this hell. The blanket whispered into his ear that it wanted his soul and no one else's. The man started to scream and struggle, but to no avail. Eventually, the man gave in to the blanket's whims. He slowed down his pace. He stopped breathing heavy. He took on this raspy voice. He was like a zombie, walking in the dark and the cold. He wanted to scream out that he would never feel anything again, but he couldn't speak. He couldn't make any sound. All he could do was stand there, walk, and feel the fabric tighten around his skin.